Do you remember the show, The Bionic Man, or the $6 Million Man, Steve Austin? We all wanted to run 60 miles an hour. Now, he had implants, bionics, but with Iron Man, now we've said the most famous Marvel movie ever is probably Iron Man. And there's have an exoskeleton. Now there's companies actually making these things. And this is the Dynasis Exo 1 skeleton. It uses AI to predict your movement, so it helps you move faster and better. And it's in a Kickstarter. It is sold out. They completely maxed out their Kickstarter, which is kind of cool.
I saw, though, it did get added to Indiegogo,
like, holy
by the way.
smokes,
Now,
look
what
at
is
that.
weird about this, I will say the weird factor, if you watch the video, it's completely voiceovered for some reason. I don't know why. It just is. It looks weird. This isn't the voices these people are saying. So, but it's kind of weird. I don't know. It's because they're outside.
Chinese
Maybe they couldn't get good sound, but it's definitely what we in the business, it's AR, So this guy, that's not his voice when he talks. It sounds like an anime movie.
Oh, interesting.
So one thing I'm going to say, like, I get it. It's for hikers, but like for me, like who's trying to exercise and benefit from it, is this going to basically make me burn less calories because I'm doing less work?
So
go further, Paul.
They did a test for this, and the guy could bench or could squat 125 pounds. He did it in one day, and he did 25 reps. He came back the next day with the X1 exoskeleton. He stopped at 172.
Wow.
And so like it does make you stronger. It's not going to make you, or at least this model, not superhuman. But that's where Lockheed Martin has something called Onyx. And that's the one that's going to be more probably a little bit to make someone run a lot faster.
I just don't agree with this ad, and I'm probably going to get canceled for this, but I just want it to be more appropriate. They're showing like the fittest people wearing.
So it enhances what you already have.
Yeah, I would think like my grandmother would need this. Makes more sense.
I do think there's some good research in this, and I do think that's what I would like to see is someone that is mostly immobile. This could maybe get them moving again. That would be kind of cool. Instead of a wheelchair, they can walk around. If you've had like a really terrible knee injury and you don't walk well anymore, this could help you maybe walk. And I do think this is the one time where I say, if AI can help you create a model that can make this machine move in the direction it needs to go. The Onyx says it moves in about 150 milliseconds. That's the delay, which is really, really quick.
Yeah.
So I think it's intriguing. Is it real? I don't know.
They're missing the market though with this because they're charging $1,200 or $1,300 for normal healthy people. The thing is,
it's not. It's like $700.
$700. If they make this a medical device for people in need, 10,000 because that's how insurance works. Like I just recently had surgery. It was like insane because they know that part of your insurance is going to pay it. So we're going to charge it. So like if this was like a medical product company, they would meet their goal like super fast and they would actually have a better demand because like this is kind of cool, but am I going to spend $700 on it? For me, no. But for my grandmother who needs to get up the stairs, I'll spend $1,500 if it helps her to improve her quality of life. So I think all kidding aside, I think the product is cool and I hope that it does well, but I think they should market it towards people that actually would benefit from it rather than showing these healthy young kids in their, early 20s.
It can make you run faster, farther. So if you want to hike
the problem with that is that
miles, you might could. I mean, so,
You might could.
I think
Bobby's going to wear him for that ultra marathon.
That means that however far you go, that's however far back you have to travel. You know what I mean? So like to me,
not if it's in a circle, Paul. Not if it's in a circle.
That's how I do.
I did see a video of this actually in action. CNET had a video where they had one of the reporters was wearing it, and she ran up a hill without it in San Francisco, and she ran up a hill with it, and she was about 2 seconds quicker with it than without it. So it did work. It is a real thing. So the AI part of it, apparently the AI part of it is like real time AI. It's not like generative AI that we think of AI. The AI part here is more traditional. It predicts like the way that your muscles move, I guess, and it assists you in the right parts of the stride. So if it needs to assist you at the front when you pull back or at the back when you push forward or whatever it is, the AI knows exactly how this thing works. It's not like a set motor. Like these legs aren't like walking and you're stood in them, right? That's not what this is. It's an assistant. So it understands and assists you ever so slightly when you move in a certain direction. And there's levels of assist too. I noticed that they have like 3 different levels or 4 different levels. You can turn it all the way up, or you can turn it down so it just slightly assists you. I don't know what the use case is for that.
I think if you're working in a warehouse, man, and you're moving boxes every day, this would 100%. Be fantastic, man. I mean,
maybe.
If you
maybe Amazon gets these. Yeah.
I think that's some of the use case for Onyx. So you can look up ONYX Exoskeleton. I forget the name of it, but it was built in South Florida, and now Lockheed Martin has purchased the rights to improve it. But it's the Onyx Exoskeleton.
Yeah, they have like for military or for like workers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think this is like a cool thing because like I was about to mention, like this stuff's been around like where they've been exploring it in military use cases or like work use cases. And now that you have like a publicly available, like consumer grade exoskeleton, I think it's cool. I mean, I like the idea and I think it's very useful. And it has many, like ways you could use it, especially
for augmented work. Anytime soon. Then, Paul, is that what's happening here? This is like what is it? That's the video game that you like?
Cyberpunk.
Yeah. They're Cyberpunk. They're wholly like different level. They're like Musk.
This is level 1
brains.
Of Cyberpunk.
Yeah, this is like
this is close to RoboCop. I mean, like what we're doing, what they're looking at. Definitely, you can see if you could give this to a military unit. And they're on the ground and they could run 50 miles an hour. That's going to give you a benefit. Does it run out of batteries? Probably. So that's the other problem with it.
Yeah.
Imagine.
No, but 100%, like we're going to go into that future soldier exoskeleton RoboCop.
Yeah.
Soon.
My guess is these are at a point where we actually are using these right now. Being that there's a consumer product already.
That means that
my assumption is we're already using these.
Yeah.
When I was reading the article, like in my head, I was like, oh, so it's kind of similar to how the e-bike has changed like biking. You ride your e-bike and it's like super easy because I'm like riding my e-bike. And then the article mentioned it too. And I was like, oh, see, I was on the right track.
That's
but
true.
It's a similar kind of thing. But for running, like, I hate riding a bike. Like I do not like riding bikes, but I love running. So if it's something similar to the e-bike for running, like I could see how like people who are active might like, oh, hey, I might really enjoy going out for like a nice, really long run that's not going to like tax my whole system.
Yeah, I guess there's something to be said too for like hiking as well, right? Yes. Let's say that you're hiking to and there's a really nice spot you want to go, right. But you're not quite fit enough to get there maybe.
Everest.
This might take you there. Well, Everest, of course. But I'm talking about like, just a place, a local place or whatever that's like up the side of a mountain, but maybe you couldn't make it on your own. Maybe this gets you there and you do get to see the view. I don't know. That's interesting.
The question I have with this, and this is like the first iteration, but as the technology gets better and you have the ability to modify yourself to be better, faster, do you think there's going to be an addiction similar to like plastic surgery where folks like, I need to get every possible advantage I have?
Yeah, I think so. But like, I do think it enhances what you have. So I think you still have to have muscles to move that thing. Yeah. So like at this point, whereas Iron Man is a true exoskeleton where you just get in and you're along for the ride. So these are attached to your muscles that move. So you'd still need to work out. And
I want to see the Augment Olympics. Imagine that.
That's a Netflix movie right now. I don't know if you've seen that. Augments.
No, really? Yeah. Like imagine like where it's not just like a competitor from your country, but the technology also has to be from your country. That's kind of cool. I would watch that in a heartbeat. That would be amazing.
Yeah. In this movie, you signed up to be an augmented athlete and they cut your legs off and give you bionics.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't go that far.
That's not a good deal.
I'm not endorsing that. That's
not a good deal. Like, let me take my 2 good legs and, but it's kind of interesting because there was a movie in the 80s, I forgot what it's called, but basically countries would build these mechs, like mechanical, like robots to fight each other in like Antarctica or North Pole. And that would determine the winner. And I'm like, is that where the world is going?
Well, we have BattleBots. So.
BattleBots, yeah. It's but it's kind of cool. I think like from Neuralink and what they're doing and like this exoskeleton technology, like people that previously had disabilities, in a lifetime, we're going to get to a point where they're going to be able to walk, move their arms. Like the technology is going to be there, and I think it's like really awesome because it gives people opportunity that might be bed bound to actually get some freedom and mobility back. So I think like, all kidding aside, definitely want to see more stuff like this and see progress. And
I'm more conscious of this now, right? Lately, because I cycle a lot now. I'm cycling like 4 days a week, trying to train for my race. And what I've noticed is I get passed a lot on e-bikes. Mm-hmm. And at first it made me mad, like, man, get a real bike, then I could pass, But I went.
That'll be me zooming past you.
So I was in the bike store and I was looking at these e-bikes. I mean, these e-bikes are like $6,000-$7,000 expensive.
Yeah.
And I said, man, what is up with these e-bikes, man? These guys are passing me on the trail, like other stuff. And he goes, you know what? He said, we resisted selling them at first, but he said, we had a 65-year-old guy in here had a heart attack. And we sold him an e-bike, and for the first time, he could ride around these trails and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. That's what I'm saying. It's about getting to the destination.
Yeah, it is.
Not capable. I like that.
And so he said, if you want to train or whatever and ride a bicycle race, ride a regular bike. But if you just want to
enjoy,
see something, but you couldn't do it otherwise, the e-bike's the way to go. And I think this is the same kind of thing. And I'm really, it changed my whole perspective about those types. They're not laughing at me. They're just riding their e-bike.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. It's funny because it's the thing that's only in your head, Right.
Yeah, I'm the one racing. They're not racing.
They're like, I just want to go see this tree that I couldn't get to earlier because I wasn't able to. Funny.